I think the debates are not quite as important as many people think. And as a mathematician, I would like to try to quantify that. So maybe you could think of it this way. In the election for this fall of 2012, the country is sort of polarized, and so probably about 40% of the population is not going to vote for Mitt Romney no matter what happens in the debate. And you have another 40% of the country, roughly, according to polls, who are not going to vote for Barack Obama no matter what happens in the debate. And so it's only that middle 20% of independents who might be influenced by what happens in the debate. However, not all of them are in a position to influence the outcome of the election, because it's not the popular vote that determines who is elected president. It's the Electoral College. And so it's only if those people live in the swing states that might go either way that they can actually influence the election. Now, as to the number of swing states, different people give different estimates. A generous estimate would be 13 states. We, of course, think of things like Florida and Ohio. I included Michigan, which most people think is going to probably go for Obama, but people think it might be a swing state. Well, those 13 states compose about 26% of the United States population. And so if 20% of those people are independents, that leaves about a little over 5% of the population that's in a position where they could go either way based on what they feel about the debate and who could influence the election. In other words, more than 90% of the population, when they're watching the debate, they might be influenced one way or the other, but it's not going to make a difference. And so it's only that small chance that that small number of people might be influenced one way or another. The American population and the media still put a lot of emphasis on the debates because there is still that small chance that something exciting will happen, something dramatic that could influence the election. Sometimes people look at the 1960 election as an example. They say, well, Kennedy looked very tanned and relaxed, and Nixon looked pale and sweaty. However, I don't think that's a good example because Kennedy ended up getting more than 300 electoral college votes. He had more than 30 votes to spare. So even if some states had not seen him on television and have voted for Nixon anyway, it wouldn't have changed the election. Now, elections that might have been influenced by the debate would be, say, in the 2000 election, which was so close. And perhaps if a few thousand people in Florida had changed their mind because they saw Al Gore give a dramatically better performance in the debate than George Bush, maybe that could have changed how Florida went, and that would have changed the course of the election. And the same thing in 2004 with Bush and Kerry. So I think people want to watch the debate for that small chance that something big will happen. It's like why people might want to get a lottery ticket. Not much chance of anything happening, but the outcome could be very dramatic. I think everybody does want to watch this to be part of the national conversation. So the following morning they can be standing around the water cooler and discussing it, even if it didn't make any difference in the election at all. It's something that a shared experience like the Super Bowl we can talk about.